Hey Mechwarriors, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge, coming at you with another Mechwarrior 5 video. This time it'll show you one of the main mission quests, specifically the one where you take revenge and kill your father's murderer, Andreas Kane. Before we start, it will be primarily in third-person view because I enjoy playing it this way, but some future videos will be in first-person view. Let's get started.
Commander, the time's finally come to exact revenge for your father's murder. That means taking down Inferno and killing Andreas Kane. Spears has confirmed that Kane is on Xinjiang now, so the timing is perfect. How Spears gets his hands on this sensitive information, I have no idea. But if he says it's true, I have no reason to doubt it.
Neither do I.
Spears' people also managed to get us an aerial shot of the base somehow. Though the fidelity on the image is poor, it does give us a chance to formulate a basic plan of attack. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll drop you in here, near what looks to be their aerodrome. Once you've neutralized that threat, you'll proceed to this location. It's some kind of supply depot, best I can tell. I can't make out anything specific, so watch your approach. They could be storing anything there. After you destroy the depot, go ahead and make your way to the principal fortification located here. I won't sugarcoat it, Commander. This last fortification is going to be tough. It'll be heavily defended by Inferno forces, both inside and out. If I'm sure of nothing else, I'm sure of that.
All right. Looks simple enough.
Don't get cocky.
Never.
Now, for the wild card. Kane himself. Where he'll be on the ground is anyone's guess. Once I've dropped you off, I'll circle above and try to vector in on his location by scanning their comms. As soon as I locate him, I'll ping you. Any questions?
How soon can we launch?
That's up to you, Commander. Get us to Xinjiang, and I'll have the mission briefing waiting when we arrive.
Roger that.
So you know the background, and I'm not going to waste your time showing you, picking all salvage or loading up my mechs. We'll jump straight into the battle. So it's a weird mission because you would think when you're facing off against your father's murderer that you would have full tonnage, full 400 tons, so you can all bring assault mechs. But for this mission, you can only have 330 tons. So I'm piloting my Warhammer 6R. It has 2 large lasers, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, and 2 machine guns. I have my go-to Black Knight P. It has 3 large lasers and an AC-5, and I believe 2 medium lasers. It's a hero mech. And then I have the Cyclops Z variant. I equipped it with an AC-20 burst fire. It has 2 LRM-5s, 2 medium lasers, and lastly, I have my Banshee 3S. I particularly like the Banshees. They tend to do good damage, and they tend to take the least amount of damage by the lance mates. So, I have it equipped with an AC-10, 2 PPCs, 4 medium lasers, and 1 LRM-5.
Target destroyed.
So this is a main mission, so while I do want to concentrate on taking out the vehicles, because my lance mates are not so good against them in close range, I also want to avoid taking too much damage. So just like my Warhammer build suggests, it's a brawler. I use my large lasers for typically vehicles from long range, and in close range I'll use everything else. The medium lasers, small lasers, and machine guns constantly, and when I can afford it, I'll use the large lasers as well to melt them. So the objective is basically get to this area, take out the mechs and vehicles, which we did, and now we just have to destroy the base. I'm not going to waste my machine gun fire right now. I'll let my lance mates take them out. I'll take out the turrets as well. Base is almost done now.
The aerodrome is in ruins. Nice job. Now, head to that storage depot. But watch your approach. We don't know what's there. Could be armor, mechs, anything.
Affirmative.
Okay, so we fast forwarded a little bit so that we're at the next area. We can see in the far distance there's some mechs, but we can't reach it with the weapons that we have. I'm letting my lance mates get a little bit closer because once again, one of the things I notice specifically in main missions like this, the enemies tend to focus on you as the live player. So I want my lance mates to soak up a little bit of damage. I'll sneak in and take out as much as I can afterwards, but I have to reduce the amount of damage I take.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Once again, concentrate on the vehicles because the lance mates are not really going to concentrate on them, and they are still going to take damage from them.
Has Comstar markings on it. I guess that's not a huge surprise, considering Comstar has been helping Inferno. But what's with all those cranes and a huge amount of supplies? What are they up to?
That's a quick draw. Once again, the quick draw has weapons all over the place, so I like just coring it out when I can. And that is what the Warhammer specializes in.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Target acquired.
Next target is
Commander, I just
already dead.
intercepted a key communication.
And the
Kenzo
last one
Yamata
is
here.
looks like a
I'm
Thunderbolt.
going to try and pinpoint his location
Thunderbolt
for you.
kind of has everything, like weapons everywhere, so once again, try to core it.
Son of a bitch.
Or leg it.
Will do, Commander.
Target destroyed.
Okay, so once again, now that everything's destroyed, we can concentrate on destroying the base. You gotta be careful sometimes when you're running into things. There's sometimes like fuel containers, and those things can damage your mech, so you do want to watch out for that. But let's fast forward this part and get to the next part of the battle. Okay, so we're on to the last part of the mission.
In the main fortification. Go get him.
Now, the trick is, you'd be tempted just to run straight into that area, but what we're going to do with the lance is we're going to go actually to the right side instead of beelining straight to the enemy, because enemies have a bad tendency to pop up right on you, and then you're going to be caught in a bad position, and then you're going to possibly lose some lance mates, or you might die yourself. So let's move to the right and see what we can do here. So we have some helicopters spawning, which we can take from range.
Destroyed.
Target is down.
These forces seem to be a mix of Comstar
So
and Black
with
Inferno.
helicopters, there'll be tanks
I guess
coming
with
soon,
Yamata
and probably
here,
some mechs.
They weren't taking any chances.
Destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Okay.
Target acquired.
That should be a fleet. We'll let him come to us.
New target acquired.
Target is down.
Target acquired.
It's okay if my lance mates soak up a little bit of damage. Here There's a commando coming in. We should be able to take it out quite quickly.
Destroyed.
There we go.
Target acquired.
There's a spider.
Incoming missile.
If you can, we can try to leg it, but typically it's just best aim for the torso, just kill it quickly.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target.
So this might
acquired.
seem a little bit conservative in terms of not just charging right into them, but I believe we'll be rewarded.
Missile.
Because remember, Andreas Kane should be piloting a King Crab, and it's not like I'm in an assault mech myself, or my lance is a full assault lance. We really only have a Banshee. Okay, so there is a catapult, which would typically cause you to come straight at it, but we'll just take it from far, and people will get in my way. And if I shoot, I'll hit that guy's arm, so I won't do that.
Target destroyed.
There we go. I'm going to get my lance into position, and then I'm going to fast forward it and get us to the next battle part.
I've still got a bead on your martyr, Commander. No change. Looks like you're going to have to breach the main fortification in order to take him out.
Understood.
Commander, dropship inbound. Intercept course. Looks like your martyr's called in the cavalry.
Okay, so this trap is sprung, and your opponents would technically have an advantage on you because they're slower and they'll be behind you, and they just dropped probably a ton of mechs there. So
Come try it,
we run
asshole.
down
I'm not
to
going anywhere.
our lance mates who are
You're
waiting
going
in
to
the
pay
forest
for
there.
what you did.
Let them come to us one at a time, because once again, in a normal match this would be okay because you can just, like, the computer won't be solely targeting you, but in main missions I find there's some coding that they're only targeting you, or you have a lot amount of aggro. So we'll wait over here around the corner and open fire on them. They might come above us like that helicopter, so we'll get the helicopter.
Target destroyed.
Here we go. Oh, and there's a panther. So we'll get him first.
Good kill, Commander.
Okay,
That
there we
mech is about
go.
to critical.
And there's a Vindicator. Vindicators, I believe, have a lot of weaponry in the arms. And there we go. He's dead too.
Enemy destroyed.
Target acquired.
And there is the King Crab. There is our target, Andreas Kane.
Target received. Engaging.
As you can see, double AC-20s, so we gotta be careful. Even though we're in a good position, we want my lancemates to take the aggro, but it looks like, see, Andreas Kane doesn't care about anything else. He's gonna go straight for me. So if that's the case, let's try to take him out as soon as possible. If you can, take out his arms, because each arm has an AC-20. You take out an AC-20, you take away a big part of his weaponry. But I've already lost my left side, unfortunately. So let's kill him as fast as we can.
Target destroyed.
And let's swing around, let my lancemates take on those guys. We got a hunchback over there, gotta take out the right torso, and then it'll lose most of its weaponry.
Excellent kill, Commander. Unfortunately, your martyr used Kane as a distraction in order to make his
Okay.
escape aboard a dropship.
Now that my
We'll have to
lancemates have
track him
aggro,
down
let's
later.
try to take this guy out.
Right
But we
now,
have lost
you
half
need
of
to
our
clear the
weaponry,
fortress of
unfortunately.
Any remaining Inferno forces.
I guess
and raze it
that
to
is the
ground.
weakness of my Warhammer and my Warhammer build, is that if you do lose a torso, which tends to be frequently, you do lose half of your armament. I'm going to use him as a shield. And he's almost done.
down.
So it looks like this might be the last defending mech. See if we can take it out. We'll use the hill as cover, but it is focusing on my lance mates. But I think they're okay. They haven't taken as much damage as I have. Each arm has most of the LRMs, so, but they don't have as much armor as most heavies, so we can just core them. Okay, so let's head to the base. I believe we might have to take down the base, but because we're in this state and we don't know what other traps there might be, we're going to let our lance mates go in front, and they're not too badly damaged. As you can see, the Banshee always seems to take the least amount of damage. Maybe it doesn't draw aggro because it's not doing as much damage as the other mechs. Maybe the pilot's better, but I always like the Banshee for a lance mate. So it looks like we just have to destroy this base.
Repo order received. Let's go.
Just move up just in case, but I think we're done. So that'll conclude today's video. I do hope that gives you insight into the mission when it's your time. There are still some strategy videos to make and future gameplay videos. I'll try to do them in first-person view for maybe a little bit better immersion. But for now, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on Mechwarrior 5, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Target destroyed.